Easy red for Elise, which probably isn't something Evelyn's going to know again this game. It's just tower farming now. Eve can't really do anything. She's way too squishy, way too behind. I mean, the level advantage is, well, 5 to 7. He hasn't even hit level 6 yet. The supports have hit level 6 and Eve hasn't. I mean, you shut down Eve, this will happen. There's no doubting that, no avoiding that. But they now have some vision control over Dragon Elise. Obviously they will have the advantage if they try and go Dragon, because the bot lanes have swapped round. This is a much better idea for Evelyn to be doing now, just helping out the solo lane, because she needs the experience desperately, and that was crazy. I'm not sure why they tried to aggro. They have way more lockup and way more farm and feed. It's really dangerous and kind of silly for Rad to try and start that. They can't really deal with that Elise right now. Elise has got a little bit of AP, it's all she really needs. Oh, and that's one dead Evelyn. They might yet be able to turn. Well, they will turn on Anivia. Rad doesn't even get there in time. The ult is completely burnt for nothing. And that's going to be top tower down. And they're aggroing on bot as well. I hate to say it, but if they kill now, it would be very difficult for them to do anything. So they got the top turret. They can actually get the next top turret because nobody's reacting to it. Yeah, they've got that top turret for free. Nobody reacted quick enough. And against the Graves and the Zed, they are just going to burn through towers.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
So we're now looking at a 6k advantage. And a 6k advantage at 13 minutes means that you've got to seriously do something crazy to get back into it. They've got to catch somebody out. Somebody on the other team has to make a massive mistake. The difficulty isn't just in the amount of towers that they're disadvantaged by, but the amount of farm they're disadvantaged by, and all of that is going to stack really badly at this point. I mean, if you look at the difference, we're talking kind of keeper, kind of mid-tier items like Warden's Mail against items like a full Aegis, you know? That's 1-1 versus 2-1 in terms of the actual item costs in thousands. Again, Elise has a full jungle item, is buying pink wards. Evelyn can only buy green wards, doesn't even have the jungle item yet. This is a free dragon. They can't compete it, and it's just giving more gold to the other team. Yeah. Back in terms of the items difference, even the strongest on the team, Vayne, she needs Blades of the Rune King right now, because Graves is building a late game AD item. He's not going to get it in time. Graves is going to have Bloodthirster at the same time, and the amount of damage he can do with Qs all over the team and ults gets crazy. Again, Sid, damage, hit off the wall. Anivia can't handle that. There's no reason Anivia should have armor. I'm guessing he didn't even have armor, runes and stuff. Whoops. Did he? He had... Okay, he had 65 armor, but it's not really enough. That is basically base armor, which is nowhere near enough against Zed. Like, Anivia likes to play aggressive really early game, but you can't play really aggressive against Zed at any time, and I think that's really hurting her effectiveness in lane. It's getting to the point where Zed's going to have twice the farm that Zed is, you know. We are watching professional players, make no mistake, you're professional level players. Like I said, this team was 4th in the last Go4LoL tournament. This isn't surprising, but it's still incredible to see masters at work, you know. Rad's chasing up that Elise, but he won't be able to do it. He won't be able to do anything to her. Rad going back in. Seems a little silly to poke for that because, let's be honest, your little daggers aren't going to do anything to a big old Graves who has a ton of lifesteal off that now completed Bloodthirster. Talking of completed items, we've finally got the Spirit of the Elder Lizard on Evelyn. I would have kind of dumped Spirit of Elder Lizard because it's only really useful in the laning phase, I feel like. It's not as useful in a team fight because you'll get blown up straight away if you're standing next to the other team. Even the bulky item would have been more useful to her at this point, but you know, she's gone with what she thinks is best, and we'll see if it works out. The Bulwark is completed, which is obviously horrible. If Zach's with the team, they're almost certainly going to win that team fight. Good B from Vayne there. She was starting to get jumped on by all of them, but she reacted really quickly to that situation before it happened. So Zed is doing work. Blade of the Rune King, Last Whisper, 7 kills and no deaths will get that for you. Not to mention 159 farm at 17 minutes, which I have to admit is crazy to be watching live. Whoa! That wasn't even the ult. That was not even the ult onto the support. They are just completely sieging now, or defending for their lives in the case of Rad's team. They're going to rotate down to bot. They may as well. It's a free tower. It's so pushed out they can't react quickly enough from the inhib turret. They managed to get here, but they really, really won't be able to do enough without those tanks to put some crowd control down, as we're about to see. Rad came in. Rad came out. And yeah, the pain is going down, but they're actually getting a lot of poke down. And Vayne's doing really effectively to kite the fight, get damage where she can. But at this point, when they've all so advantaged, the damage that Vayne can do at this point just isn't enough. She doesn't have Blade of the Rune King yet. She really desperately needs it to be able to do something, but finger behind. Oh, no knowledge of whether Elise was on the bush there. A shame. So the Ruby Side Stones have just been purchased on both sides. They'll give them a bit more vision around the map. As you can see, it's pretty dire for vision. Although one of the things which is really don't feed Anivia this game so far is the fact that they have controlled the purple team's jungle. They have been all over it. This is a really interesting aggro. I can understand it, but it's Elise. She has so much ability just to get out. And you don't know where the rest of the team is. Again, you can't be making those kind of plays when the rest of the team is SS. That's the power of vision. Knowing where everybody on the other team is crucial. You can't make those kind of plays if you don't. And that's why having wards in the other team's jungle are so effective, because you can do things like that and actually make them pay off. But they couldn't in that situation. Baron is free. There's no competing it.
Yeah, they don't even need it, but yeah, when they're going for it. They don't even need
it's
Baron,
gold.
but
It's look.
yeah.
At this point, it's easier for them just to. They're just sieging basically. They don't need to do any crazy team fights under the towers. They've won, as long as they just keep playing the way they're playing. Right now, the best hope for Rad's team is just that Vayne's split push pays off and they have a crazy team fight where Vayne isn't focused and she gets to do a ton of damage to everyone. But with the amount of AoE bursts they have, that's things like Stalk Shoes on Zac, which is going to make everything he does do so much damage, just AoE, just taking off chunks. Graves will hit everything, Zed will hit everything. Even the little damage Zyra can do will hit everything, and you're not going to be able to compete with that. You're not going to be able to do what Vayne needs to do, get around a team fight, constantly knock everybody into walls, be on top of people. Vayne just won't be able to do that in this fight. Rad has said that the game is over. As you can see, He doesn't need to tell us so. I think we all kind of predict it.
Yeah.
Is it best of one or what?
It's
Yeah.
best of one.
Okay. Too bad.
So yeah, it was a good game. Obviously, this is the difference between even diamond players and professional level players. Like I said, these are people who have, you know, been at the top of the bracket in ranked tournaments. It's not surprising that this happens, but at the same time, you have to appreciate the effort, and you also have to appreciate learning the difference. Once you see the mechanics of a professional player in action, what they go for, what you can go for, it's all a massive learning process, and we should all be massively jealous of what Rad has learned here.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
So as you can see, this is game now. This is what Rad was talking about.
Team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
And yep, it's a good game. Nivea's going to hold off what he can, but at this point, the damage he does just isn't enough. He's been really underfarmed. Yeah, it's absolutely good game. It was a really good game. It was. It's a shame it wasn't more even, but it was a lot of fun to watch the last couple of games, and you know, hopefully there will be more games like this in the future from the great team named Crew. Right, cool. So that was a shame, obviously, but like I say, it's not a massive shock to anyone. I don't think we know the difference between the levels.
Yeah. So I've got some work to do.
Yeah, defo. But it's interesting to get that insight and see where kind of you can improve your games. Like, where did they so effectively win the game? Their jungler really warded and controlled their jungle really effectively. And that's such a good way just to control the game completely, and it really showed. Which is cool.
I think you can play Evelyn against a strong team they knew they were facing.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh, Bennett.
Fuck you, Binet.
Yeah, he was like, no, what are you doing? He literally just messes at the end.
Okay, you are still not going to play, right?
I think I probably will. I just want to let the kind of thing and just talk to Rad a bit and see how he's doing before we run into a game. Yeah, so there we go. The dust is settled. Yeah, it would be easier if you guys came to the thing. I'll invite. Oh, Benny, you are in the gift. Cool. Okay, and I can talk to you like this. So yeah, he got absolutely fast rolled.